The gym industry makes $35 billion a year convincing you that you need it. But here's what they don't want you to know. Some of the most jacked athletes on the planet have never touched a barbell, so we dug into the actual science, and the answer might change everything you think you know about building muscle. Stay with me, because we are going to give you a real verdict, not a both or good cop-out, a real one. The average gym membership costs between $400 and $700 a year. That's before you factor in the commute, the wait times, the I don't know what I'm doing feeling when you walk in. And on the other side, calisthenics requires almost nothing. A floor, maybe a bar, and your own body weight. But here's the problem, nobody gives you a straight answer on whether it actually works for building muscle. We have no dog in this fight, so here's what the science actually says. To answer the calisthenics versus gym debate, you first need to understand one thing. Muscles don't care what you're lifting. They don't know if it's a barbell or your own body weight. What they respond to is tension, damage, and progressive overload. That's it. Progressive overload just means over time you make the exercise harder. In the gym that's easy. You add a plate, 5 more pounds, repeat. With calisthenics it's a little different, but it's absolutely possible. And that's the whole game. Whoever wins the progressive overload battle wins the muscle building debate. Before we compare, I need you to understand something most fitness videos completely ignore. Muscle building is not about the tool, it's about the stimulus. Keep that in mind for everything we're about to show you. Round 1, upper body pushing. With gym you have bench presses. You can load this indefinitely. Great chest, shoulder and triceps activation. With calisthenics, you have push-ups. At first easy, but when you progress to archer push-ups, ring push-ups, pseudo-planche, the chest activation is comparable. Studies show muscle activation rates within 5 to 10% of each other. Winner? Close, but slight edge to gym for raw loading potential. Round 2, upper body pulling. In the gym you have flat pull-downs, cable rows and seated rows. With calisthenics you have pull-ups and rows. And here's the thing. Compound pulling exercises with your own body weight activate the same muscles. But here's where it gets interesting. A weighted pull-up, where you add a belt or a backpack, outperforms the lat pull-down on muscle activation in multiple studies. Winner, calisthenics by a narrow margin. Round 3, legs. In the gym you have squat rack, a leg press, leg curls, loading potential is massive. With calisthenics you have bodyweight squats, lunges, pistol squats and Nordic curls. And this is where the gym pulls ahead, significantly. Once you can do 20 clean bodyweight squats, you've hit the endurance zone, not the muscle building zone. You need load to keep progressing leg mass, and unless you're carrying a 60 pound backpack everywhere, the gym wins legs, clearly. Current score, gym 2, calisthenics 1, but we're not done. Here's why that scoreboard doesn't tell the full story. We've been comparing tools, but the real question is, which one are you actually going to do? The best workout program in the world is worthless if you skip it. Gym membership you never use, $600 a year, 0 results. Calisthenics you do 3 times a week, priceless. Consistency beats optimization, every single time. Now, here's the science. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Human Kinetics compared bodyweight training to traditional resistance training over 8 weeks. Both groups gained similar amounts of muscle mass. Similar as in statistically the difference was negligible. Another study from 2021 showed that calisthenics athletes had comparable upper body hypertrophy to gym-trained athletes, with one key difference. The calisthenics group had significantly better body control, balance and functional strength. So the science says this: for muscle building, calisthenics works. Full stop. The gap only becomes significant in 2 scenarios. 1, advanced leg development, and 2, when you're trying to maximize pure mass as fast as possible. Outside of those 2 cases, bodyweight training is legitimate. Quick thing, if this is useful, hit subscribe. We break down fitness science like this every week. No fluff, no supplement ads, just the real stuff. And now, the verdict. Here's the honest answer, and I promised you a real one. Choose calisthenics if you're a beginner. Bodyweight training teaches you movement patterns before you load them. That's actually smarter. You want to save money. No memberships, no equipment, just your body. You travel, hotel room, park, backyard, your gym comes with you. And you care about functional strength and body control as much as size. Choose the gym if you want maximum leg development. Squats with load build legs faster than any bodyweight progression. You're chasing serious mass as fast as possible. The loading potential of free weights is just higher. You enjoy the environment and structure of a gym, and you're past intermediate level and need heavier stimulus to keep progressing. And here's the thing nobody says. The best athletes in the world combine both. But if you're starting from zero and you're asking which one to pick, start with calisthenics. Master your body weight, build the foundation. Then decide if you need a gym. Most people find out they needed it a lot less than they thought. Here's where to start. 3 movements, that's it. Push-ups for your chest, shoulders and triceps. Pull-ups or rows if you can't do pull-ups yet for your back and biceps. Squats and lunges for your legs. 3 to 4 sets each, 3 times a week. When that gets easy, make it harder. More reps, harder variations, add weight. That's the whole system. Progressive overload, consistency and time. That's how muscles get built, with a barbell or without one. So, can you build muscles without a gym? Yes, absolutely. The science is clear, but the real answer is this. Both tools work, the one you actually stick to wins. If this video changed how you think about training, subscribe and drop a comment. Are you team gym, team calisthenics, or do you combine both? I'll see you in the next one.